Oh, hi, you ducky loves. It's Friday, it's 8 o'clock, which must mean it's time to make fudge. Tonight, I'm making a very easy milk chocolate condensed milk fudge, which I like to call Mary Poppets. You can't say Mary Poppets normally, loves. You've got to say it like that. And the reason why I came up with this one is because when I created my recipe Bonjour Poppets, which is a traditional fudge with dark mint chocolate poppets in it, in honour of my friends Yip and Paul. You might know them because they're on Channel 4's Help We Bought a Village. And you might have even found me because of Yip and Paul. You might have watched me in our Origins series where I interviewed them about their life story. I made Bonjour Poppets because that's their catchphrase, but I had to buy like poppets in bulk. So I had to figure out how to use them up, basically, how to sell them, because not everyone likes traditional fudge. So I thought mint chocolate is gonna work. It's the ultimate combo for some people, isn't it? So then Mary Poppets was born. See what I did there? So yeah, very straightforward, easy one. So this starts off with 500 grams of milk chocolate, which you can use any brand you like. Tin of condensed milk. This is an Aldi tin, so Aldi tins don't have a ring pull like Tesco's don't, so you will need a tin opener. If you haven't got a tin opener, go to Morrison's and buy their condensed milk. So then you don't need one. Just be careful you don't get any of the label falling into the fudge. So you add the whole tin of condensed milk. You might have seen before that I use a little knife to scrape out all of the condensed milk in there, because you've got to get your money's worth, loves, haven't you? Just going to clean the rubbish up and then we'll add the next ingredient. I'm back. The next ingredient. So I got these pouches off of Amazon. Again, I had to buy in bulk because I couldn't find them in the supermarkets. Whereas before, I could always buy just one pouch at a time. So I bought these off of Amazon. I bought a whole tray. And I used 65 grams. And I put that straight in from the beginning. Then goes in the microwave for a minute. So these pouches are 130 grams. So half goes into the fudge and then the other half gets sprinkled on top of the fudge. So what I do is I get my meat cleaver and I very carefully chop up the poppets. Now you have to do it carefully because they're slippery. So just aim to chop one at a time. And if you get more, that's great. But also you don't want them dropping on the floor, so just be careful. And you don't want to cut yourself. So start chopping them up while you're waiting for this. So get your wooden spoon. I've got a whole drawer here which is basically full of wooden spoons, and start stirring. Now, as you know, when using condensed milk, it gets hot very, very quickly. So even the first minute, it does start to melt the fudge. So just be careful when you're stirring. And after the first minute, you're just looking to coat the milk chocolate in the condensed milk and to just give it a gentle stir. But don't expect too much to have happened in that first minute. Put it back in for another minute. So if you've watched my videos before, you'll know my microwave is 800 watts. But if yours is more powerful, then only do it in 30-second increments, because otherwise it will burn the fudge. You might not believe me, but as someone who has burnt it, I know. Don't ever do it for longer than a minute, ever, with milk chocolate, because even if you do it 2 minutes now, it will burn it, and it will be burnt from the word go. So while you're waiting, go back to chopping your poppets. Once you've managed to chop each poppet in half, it gets easier to start chopping them into smaller bits. Give this another stir. So 2 minutes in, quite a lot's happened by this point in terms of the melting of the chocolate and in terms of it starting to really combine with the condensed milk. It suddenly gets really thick. You see that? It gets really thick and heavy. Also, dark chocolate makes the fudge thicker and heavier, and it also burns easier than milk chocolate. So I can't stress to you enough, don't try and just whack it in the microwave and leave it and expect good results, because it won't happen. Go back to chopping your poppets, and really the aim with this is that you want the bits to be small enough to sprinkle across the top of your fudge. So you don't want any big whole poppets left, because you are going to dust the fudge with the remaining poppets when it's ready. I use a cleaver when chopping up fudge ingredients just because I find it easier, I find it quicker, I find I've got more control of the knife, but you use whatever knife you're comfortable with. Now we're at the 3 minute stage and it still feels very thick and heavy. And you want it to be smooth and you want it to be runny. So this is far too thick. Also, because poppets have got fondant in them, this fudge as well will naturally be thicker because of the fondant. That is very thick, very heavy. So that goes straight back in for another minute. Now, what dance shall we do today while we wait? Should we do this one? I know you can't see my legs there, but I was doing the knees along with that as well. Such a nice day again today. So normally when it's a nice day like this, I get my fudge made early. And today I've got a lot of fudge to make because I've got a stall next weekend, which by the time this video goes out, it will actually be tomorrow, down Stokes Road in Gosport at the Methodist Church for the WI, which I'm really excited about because I haven't connected with the Gosport WI before. And so I'm excited to see, well, to meet new people, and they're fundraising for an amazing local charity called Harbour Cancer Centre. So what I'm going to do as well is all the money I make on the day, I'm going to donate to them as well. So today I'm making loads and loads of fudge in preparation. So by minute 4, this is definitely getting runnier now. It's still heavier than normal, but that's because it's got the poppets in there. Because you've got to remember as well, they've also got to melt. But 1 more minute and that'll still be the consistency we want for this fudge. Now, if you enjoy making fudge, you can purchase my book, my debut recipe book, which came out last January, and it's called One Book of Fudge, and you can buy it from Amazon on Kindle for £4, paperback for £8, or hardback for £18, and all royalties are donated to local charities and causes. So far I've sold 285 copies and I earn about £2 royalty per copy sold. So in total, the money raised is £570 so far from this book. So if you enjoy making fudge, definitely grab yourself a copy. It's got over 50 recipes in there, so it'll keep you busy. And I've just finished my second book, which is coming out in a couple of months, so that's exciting, loves. Right, so 5 minutes. That is a lot runnier. And that's ready to pour. So I use a 9-inch tin and I line it with baking paper before I pour my fudge in there. So it looks like this. Here's one I made earlier. Because if you don't line that tin, loves, you ain't getting it out. And it's as simple as that. So as you can see from the pour, it's the runny consistency you need. So have faith, because if you're used to making milk chocolate fudge, when you do this one, you honestly think it's not gonna become thin enough to pour smooth enough, but no, it does. Even with that added ingredient of mint chocolate poppets, which are already in the fudge, working their magic. Now all you do is you grab your chopped up mint poppets and you sprinkle on top. Make sure you cover your whole fudge. know it looks a lot. It is a lot because you really want that minty flavour in every single bite of this one. You've got to remember, when people have fudge, it's a real treat. They might only have one piece of it. So you want every piece to count. So you sprinkle over that. And then what I do is get a tablespoon, and using the back of the tablespoon, I go across the top of the fudge and I push everything into it. Because otherwise, if you don't do that, when you come to chop your fudge, it's just going to fall off. Obviously, some of it will fall off because you've sprinkled mint dust, but try your best to just gently push it in the top. And there you have it, ducky loves. You've got your Mary Poppets, and I'm going to let that cool, and then I'm going to come back in 2 hours and show you what it looks like. Oh, hi you ducky loves. So here we go, Mary Poppets, and it's as easy as that. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I'm now going to chop this up, ready for my stall. Have a good day. Loads of love.